All right, guys, I got a question for you. What is the role of the arms in the golf swing? Ask yourself that question, okay? What are your arms supposed to do? Specifically, what's your lead arm supposed to do? And then what's your trail arm supposed to do in the golf swing? Most golfers, if you ask them that question, they will have absolutely no clue. They just feel like the arms are there to sort of hang on to the golf club with the hands, and then you just kind of go to the top of your backswing and spin your body to more speed, right? If you turn your body through the ball, everything else is going to just take care of itself. Well, I hate to break the news to you, but I've been teaching for a very, very long time, and all the good golfers that I've worked with over many, many years have phenomenal wrists and arms. People say hands and arms, but the job of the hands essentially is to hold the golf club. We need good grip integrity. That's what the hands are for. But the wrists, guys, the way you actuate your wrists, different release patterns, different trajectories, you're doing all of that with your hands and your arms. Everyone seems to think it's all about the body, and the wrists and the arms should really just kind of go along for the ride, okay? So here's what I want you to understand. Most of you slice the golf ball. Most of you, if you don't slice the golf ball, are struggling with speed. That's a very, very popular topic on YouTube, how to create speed in the golf swing. There is absolutely no doubt that using the ground effectively force multiplies speed. Here's the problem, guys. If you don't have educated wrists and arms, which all these long hitters do naturally, they've been doing it for years and years and years, using the ground isn't going to help you very, very much, okay? So I like to focus a lot more on the wrists and arms initially, and then obviously we can start to use the ground to help break our body, right, to transfer more energy to the club head. So let's talk about this real quick. Let's start with the right arm. I'm a right-handed golfer, so my trail arm in my golf swing, if I just swing a golf club without even really thinking about it, back and through, just like this, okay, without thinking about it at all I'm doing is swinging the club kind of over my right shoulder in the backswing and over my left shoulder in the through swing, just like this. It's almost like you can go sort of shoulder, tap, tap, right, to shoulder, tap, tap, okay? There's things that are happening here without any question, naturally, without me putting too much attention or thought into it. But the reason things are happening naturally is I'm really lacking tension. I don't have excessive tension in my wrists, my arms, and my shoulders. So I'm essentially swinging the club head. The club head is swinging above my trail shoulder. My wrist is hinging against my lower arm. My lower arm is folding against my upper arm, and then my upper arm is elevating. I want to talk about that one more time. This is important, okay, because you're going to create a lot of leverage with your trail arm in your golf swing. It's not just the body that creates leverage, okay? It's the wrists, the arms, and the body. Okay, those are your levers in your golf swing. So when I take the club back, this is always a great angle. You can see my wrist is hinging, my lower arm is folding, and my upper arm is elevating. So really what I'm doing here is I'm kind of boxing it up, as I like to explain at the top of the backswing. This is a great way to create distance in your golf swing. It's a little bit like throwing something. If I lift the club this way, right, I'm not going to have anywhere near as much energy as if I actually allow these hinges to work. Your elbow's a hinge, your wrist is a hinge, gosh, your shoulder is a hinge. We may as well use them, okay? So I do a lot of drills with my students swinging right arm only, because ultimately the job of the right arm is to flex and extend, okay? Flexing is folding, extending is straightening. Now, most golfers I work with that struggle, they don't have a natural flexion extension move with their trail arm. They pin their arm to their body and then they start spinning their body, okay? If I spin my body, my arm unfortunately isn't straightening or extending, it's remaining flexed. When your trail arm remains flexed, the golf club is too high or steep on its approach, okay? For those of you that get very, very steep in your golf swings, this is going to be a great drill for you. So what I'm feeling here, in my right wrist hinging, my right arm folding, I've got this little bit of elevation above my right shoulder, and as I strike the golf ball, my arms work down like an elevator in the building, and my right arm extends past the golf ball. I'm going to say that again. My trail arm extends past the golf ball. Most of you don't have any extension with your trail arm. It stays pinned against your body, okay? It's almost closer to your body through impact than it was at the top. We've all seen this look with the arms coming in, all right? So a wonderful drill, and you can use a tee, is just to make some swings with your right arm only, choking down, make sure the club isn't too heavy, okay? And get that feeling. I'm going to fold above my right shoulder. I'm going to allow it to extend. Don't conflate your right arm extending with your right wrist throwing, okay? I believe that feeling like the club is getting thrown in many respects for a lot of golfers is helpful, but that's not what this is all about, okay? I don't want you throwing the club before your arms extend. That is not the correct order, okay? So let's go ahead and hit one. Right arm above the right shoulder, right arm straightens. You can see the arms working down in front of me, and then the right arm extends, okay? Let's go ahead and hit one. Right arm folds, right arm extends, okay? So from face on, right arm folds, right arm extends. So look at my right arm here, it's fully extended past the golf ball, guys, okay? Wonderful, wonderful drill. The reason I love this drill, it's an awesome way to marry your arm to your body. What you're going to find is if you get too fast with your body, you're going to leave your trail arm at the start line, and you're going to have a lot of difficulty timing this. Conversely, if your right hand and arm swings too far past your body, you're probably going to wind up hitting a lot of shots to the left, okay? What I like to do is feel my arm naturally pulling me through the golf shot. I'm not forcing my body through any more than I'm leaving it absolutely dead still, guys, okay? I'm allowing my trail arm to pull me through the shot. You can see my feet here are reacting pretty naturally to the swinging motion of my arm. I'm not forcing my hips or my knees or my feet through the golf shot, just like this, okay? That's the right arm. When we talk about the left arm and the role of the left arm really comes across the chest and then it comes off the chest, guys. That's really all it does. At the end of the day, the left arm works up across the chest and then it comes off the chest. One of the first drills I ever learned playing golf was with a coach by the name of Ian Connolly. Now, Ian Connolly was Nick Faldo's coach when Nick Faldo was a kid. So we're going back quite a few years here. Great coach. I learned an awful lot from him. And one of the things he did, he would have me swing with my left hand only, and he would have me turn the golf club upside down because I was just a wee kid, 13 years old. I didn't have a lot of strength with my left arm. Made me do a ton of swings with my left arm only. And he wanted me to swing my hand above my trail shoulder. He always kept things really simple. And then he would have me kind of hold the club here for 2 or 3 seconds. I could feel a little bit of stress in my arm. I could feel the stretch. Then he'd have me turn the club around and pretty much do the same thing, and the club became a lot heavier, and then I'd start to sort of lose control of the handle, and I started to have some trouble controlling it, and he'd make me choke down a little bit and make the club a little bit lighter. I'd go ahead and do the same thing, hand above my right shoulder. You can see I've got this nice little window. I did that so many times, really without really understanding what it was I was doing, until he informed me. If you get your left arm above your right shoulder, your body pivots beautifully. It's very simple. So all I did was take my left arm, swing it above my right shoulder, and then he would say, could you feel how your left shoulder, your left hip, your left knee, and even in many respects your left foot is getting pulled to the top of the backswing. Just by focusing on the left arm, it would elevate. And you can see here, I get my left side moving, I've got that nice pivot as well. My left hand above my right shoulder, you can start to see how I'm getting some rotation in my backswing. So once that left arm goes across the chest, your objective is to get the arm sort of working down and through. So that left arm through impact, guys, isn't pinned against the body, okay? We don't turn through the ball and pin the arm to the body. That's what I see with so many golfers, where there's so much excessive tension in the arms that they don't de-elevate, okay? So there's too much pinning across the body here, and you can see how buckled everything looks through the golf ball. The objective here, once that left arm goes across the chest, is really to kind of get it off the chest. Can you see that? So now my left arm is nicely extended past the golf ball. So it goes across the chest, it comes off the chest, just like this. So great drill. You just go ahead and tee up a golf ball. It's a hard one. It's not the easiest thing to do, but if you choke down and just make some swings with your left hand only. I put my right hand in my pocket, make some practice swings, and again, left arm across the chest, down and off the chest, just like this. Down and off the chest. You notice when my lead arm comes off the chest, it works forward. All right, that's really why my low point is consistent. So it goes across the chest and off, just like that. So that's a fantastic drill. You do left hand only. It's going to be challenging. I'm not going to lie to you, it's not the easiest drill. It's going to take some practice, but work hard on that, okay? So again, left arm up above the right shoulder, off the chest. Right arm, fold and extend. When you put both hands on the golf club, guys, start with some slow motion swings and then put the pieces together. Now look at the left arm. It's extended above my right shoulder. Right arm flexed, folded, okay? All of a sudden, I'm starting to get a feel for what both arms are supposed to do in my golf swing, okay? Here I've got a feel, here I've got a feel, here I've got a feel, here I've got a feel. Both arms extended past the golf ball. You're starting to educate the wrists and the arms in your golf swing. 15%, maybe 10% of golfers understand and feel what the club is doing when they swing. Most golfers have a ton of tension in their wrist, turn and then throw the kitchen sink at the golf ball. They've got no feel for this. Let's do both. Above the right shoulder, extend. All of a sudden I start to feel like I'm hit one off the grass here. I start to feel like I'm throwing the club a little bit. My arms are throwing, they're dropping and throwing. My body's going to start to respond dynamically. I'll do it one more time. Above the right shoulder, extend. Low points forward. Pretty straightforward stuff. One more time. With the right arm fold. Okay. Left arm extending. Left arm up. Arms drop. Arms extend. Okay. Right arm definitely feels like it's straightening here. Low point control is excellent. Give this a go, guys. Go left hand only, go right hand only. Put both hands on the golf club. Start to get a feel for what your arms are supposed to do in the golf swing. I'm not suggesting for a minute your body isn't involved in the golf swing. It absolutely is. What I'm suggesting is that you need to educate your wrists and arms. You need to feel the weight of the club. You need to feel the roll of the arms, which is to control the verticals in the golf swing from here to here. And you need to feel your arms extending past the ball. Those of you that struggle with low point control, this is going to be massively important. I cannot tell you how many golfers I see spinning their body, pulling their arms towards them as they swing through. Give this a shot, guys. We'll talk to you next time.